My name is Kevin. I'm out here in Las Vegas, and with Turo, I'm making probably somewhere around the neighborhood of like $700-800 a month with Turo.
Hey guys, Nick here from Side Hustle Nation. Turo. It's a platform that lets you start your own car rental company by renting out what's already in your driveway. Think of it as Airbnb, but for cars. You can check out the Carculator on Turo's site to see how much you could earn. In this video, we're going to hear from Kevin on why he likes this side hustle and whether or not it makes sense for you. Are you calling from the Turo rental ride right now?
I am actually in my ride right now.
So it is
I'm
not
actually,
rented today.
actually, it will be in about 4 hours. I was going to do some maintenance on it, get it cleaned, get it vacuumed out, get it all ready
Okay.
for the gentleman this afternoon.
All
So,
right,
yeah.
fair enough. So that leads me to the first question is like, what do you do for transportation when somebody else is driving your car around?
Well, usually I've got a company vehicle, so that helps out a lot.
Okay.
Otherwise, I rely on friends. So, yeah, I make it work.
What kind of car is it that you're renting?
It's a 2017 Chevy Cruze. It's
Chevy.
actually my personal vehicle.
Okay, 2017 Chevy Cruze, kind of in the
Hmm.
compact vehicle space. So really popular rental car model.
Yeah.
Where did you first learn about Turo, and what inspired you to say, I want to try this out?
Actually, a friend of mine turned me on to it. He was and kind of mentioned it. He had a vehicle and he was looking to get a little extra cash, so he told me about it. I just recently got this car and figured, I mean, I've got a company vehicle, so that's not a big deal. Earn a little extra cash on the side and also help some people who are coming here to Las Vegas.
Weren't you nervous about letting strangers into your new car? I mean, 2017, like that's a pretty brand new car.
Actually, I'd had it for about a month before I
That's
started renting
it's
it
still
out.
got the new car smell.
Uh, it did. Not so much anymore. I've had it for going on 2 years now. But no, actually, I've got it insured myself. And then Turo takes care of the insurance also while it's rented out. So if anything were to happen to it, any type of damage, anything adverse that happens to the car, they take care of all of that for me.
Okay.
Fingers crossed, nothing like that will happen. But in case it does, it's well covered.
I was going to ask if you have had to make a claim through that insurance, if you've had anything unsavory happen to your car, people leaving messes or any sort of damage, stuff like that.
The worst thing that's happened so far is we had a festival out here, out in the south part of Las Vegas. It's actually a separate city called Prim. It was called the Light Festival, and the people who were renting the car went out there, and it's right in the middle of the desert, and that's the day it decided to rain.
Okay.
So they were trucking back through the mud back into the car. But I mean, they were real apologetic about it, and they were just basically, hey, whatever it costs to clean the car, just send us the bill for it, and we'll take care of it. So far, that's the worst thing that's happened.
Okay. Well, knock on wood. Yeah, you hear people's stories of, especially on like renting out like higher end cars. They're like, oh,
Hmm.
this guy rented out my, you know, Audi supercar and wrapped it
Right?
around
Yeah.
a lamppost, and it's
Hmm.
like, be nervous
Yeah.
about that.
The old adage, treat it like a rental.
Yeah. Yes, totally. It's like,
Yes, but like I said, the people I've been dealing with Turo are very nice. I've met some really nice people along the way. I said, just pretty much, it's been a positive experience so far.
okay. Are you worried about that from the standpoint of resale value? And it's like, they're racking up some extra miles and depreciation on the car, and that's something that's going to cost you when you eventually go to sell it.
Well, right now at this point, I'm not worried about selling it. I mean, if anything, I'll get an additional car just for me personally.
Okay.
Um, Something maybe I could use because my car is being rented out probably on average 20 to 25 days out of the month.
Okay. How do you figure out what to price the daily rate at? And I'm curious if there was any, yeah, just curious if there was any competitive research or anything that went into that pricing, or does Turo do that for you?
You can actually do both. You can actually set your own price if you want to. or Turo has their own algorithms where you just put it in automatically and it goes by whatever demand is. It's going to be similar to like some of the rideshare programs. If there's more things going on, naturally the price is going to go up. If there's less things going on, the price is going to go down. For what I do is set it for a couple dollars above whatever the algorithm basically says.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, you can
Okay.
basically just set it and forget it if you want to.
Okay. So they could say, hey, we're seeing increased demand, for these dates, maybe because this festival was coming through town. And so
Uh,
they're going to adjust just the supply pricing
exactly.
accordingly. Tell me about those logistics. So somebody's coming in this afternoon, you're going to go meet them at the airport.
Correct.
And then,
Meet them at the airport.
so you hand them the keys, you kind of do your walk around inspection. And then now you're left at the airport with no car. So what do you do?
No, what I do is it is Vegas too. So there's a couple of places off property from the airport where I usually drop them off at. So that way, because at, at the passenger pickup, it's usually kind of hustle and bustle.
Yeah,
Um, the people there, the TSA is not always the most friendly, we'll say.
sure.
They kind of want you to grab your purse and get
Keep
out
it
of there as
moving,
quick
keep
as
it moving.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it moving, grab the person. I don't care if you get their luggage or not. Just get them in the car and get them out of here. So generally what I do is go off property from the airport. There's a hotel usually that I go to, or there's a grocery store down the street. So that way we're not as hurried. So we can do the walk around. Um, it's a little bit easier that way, and just kind of say, hey, you know what? Here's the car. We can talk a little bit more. I've lived here for 20 some years. So if they're looking for places to go and do and see, eat, I can kind of give them some suggestions for that if they're interested. And then when they're ready to leave, we just do the reverse. Just meet them at that same place, and then I give them a ride back to the airport. Also,
Okay.
from there, I can either leave my work truck or my company vehicle there, or I can always have a friend of mine pick me up there. That way, it's not as hurried. Also, so if they're running a couple minutes behind, I can always just kind of walk around, just kind of sit and wait for them, and it's a little bit easier that way.
Have you found that part being challenging with people coming and going at different times and like flexibility with the day job? You're like, sorry, I got to peace out for half an hour to go drop off the car. Like, how does that part of
Well,
it
see,
work?
I've got the flexibility where I work in the field.
Okay.
So I'm out and about anyway. So it's really not too bad. I can take a couple minutes, go do what I need to do, and then come back and
Okay.
continue my day.
Any best practices that you found in terms of your own visibility on the platform, getting bookings, getting reviews, like, maybe from the very early days, like setting your vehicle profile up for success?
I've just built my reputation up online. I try to treat the whoever's using the car as kind of like a friend using my car, and in return, they give me a positive review. So I've just built up my positive reviews where I've actually moved up where I'm a kind of a premier renter where my name always comes up first when they're looking for cars. Um, yeah, so it's just been kind of word of mouth.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just like,
So
yeah,
that's
it's
that's not a
kind of
T.
like
That's like not a like a sponsored listing or anything that you pay for. That's just like, hey, you built up a reputation on the platform.
I've just built the reputation through hard work and just treating people right.
Okay.
Um, I try to go out of my way for, as much as I can for just about anybody.
Yeah.
Whoever's using my car, I want them to enjoy not only the car, but I also want them to have a positive experience here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So that way, I mean, if they've not been here before, it's I don't know if it's kind of selfish or not, but I'm kind of the first person they see here in Las Vegas besides people at the airport. So I want them to have a positive experience.
I was going
Oh,
to
go ahead.
ask if you have an estimate of the hours in a typical week, if there is such thing as a typical week that you're putting into this, whether it's cleaning the car, meeting people for pickups and drop offs, that kind of thing.
In a typical week, usually the pickup and drop offs are pretty quick. Maybe 15 minutes for both. Pick them up at the airport. Go to where I drop them off at. Uh, do the inspection on the car. So that usually doesn't take too long. Everything else, washing the car, filling it up. It's pretty much typical. So I would say maybe 3 4 hours at the most.
Okay. Do you have a sense of what that $700 or $800 a month affords you? What does that mean to you in terms of your bottom line, your personal finance?
It really helps a lot. Primarily, I wasn't looking to get rich doing this. What I was really looking for is if I could get the car payment, all the car expenses paid for with this every month. It's that's a bonus for me because, like I said, that's I don't have to worry about the car payment. I don't have to worry about the insurance. I don't have to worry about the maintenance on it. This affords me to be able to do that.
Okay.
So that extra money helps with all the other bills that I have.
Okay. Is that 700 or 800 on top of the insurance and car payment, or is that like?
So if I get the $700, I mean the car payment and the insurance really isn't that much. I mean you're looking at off the top of my head about 500 of that. So that extra money goes towards the phone bill, the house payment, the what have you. So it really does help out a lot.
Sorry, so just so I'm clear on the math, so it leaves like
Right.
maybe 200 net after the expenses?
Yeah, about 200-300 bucks a month
Okay.
extra.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, totally neutralizes the payment and then leaves you with some extra money on top of that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So it's well worth it. Like I said, I enjoy it. I've met some really, really nice people doing this.
All right. Well, very cool. If you're traveling to Vegas, be sure to hit up Kevin's Turo listing. We'll link it up for you below this video. Kevin, really appreciate you joining me, sharing kind of the inside scoop on how Turo works and how Turo works for you.
Thank you very much.
What do you think of this side hustle? Did Kevin convince you to give it a shot? If so, you can sign up with my affiliate link, which I'll put below this video. Very much appreciate your support on that. Let me know what you think in the comments below and make sure to subscribe for more money-making ideas. Cheers.